Here's the fascinating story of how the Slinky, one of the most beloved toys of all time, was invented by accident and became a global sensation. A happy accident in the name of science. The Slinky was invented in 1943 by Richard James, a naval mechanical engineer, during World War II. James was working on a serious problem at the time, designing springs that could stabilize sensitive instruments aboard ships in rough seas.
Well, my earliest memory of Slinky was my husband coming home from work and had this thing in his hand.
While experimenting with tension springs, he accidentally knocked one off a shelf. To his amazement, instead of simply falling, the spring seemed to walk down a series of books, flip itself onto the floor, and coil back up neatly.
The spring fell off a table and gave him the idea that he might be able to make it walk.
This quirky movement immediately caught James's attention. He saw potential, not as a tool for stabilizing equipment, but as a playful, fascinating object that could mesmerize children and adults alike.
So then we brought in neighborhood children to see if they liked it, and everybody seemed to like it.
It was a light bulb moment. This unassuming spring could be transformed into a toy. Naming the Slinky. The idea needed a name. Richard's wife, Betty James, stepped in to help.
I didn't know how or what I would call it, so I thought, well, get a dictionary.
After flipping through a dictionary, she landed on the word slinky, which means sleek, sinuous, or graceful in movement. It perfectly described the way the spring moved, and the name stuck. Launching the Slinky from engineering to toy stores. In 1945, Richard and Betty James scraped together $500 to manufacture their first batch of 400 Slinkies. They demonstrated the toy at Gimbel's department store in Philadelphia during the Christmas shopping season. Richard set up a ramp and showed how the Slinky could walk down stairs or a slope. Within minutes, the entire batch sold out.
We sold 400 in 90 minutes.
It wasn't long before the Slinky became a nationwide phenomenon. Kids were captivated by its seemingly magical ability to move on its own, and parents appreciated its simplicity and affordability. By 1946, the Jameses had officially founded James Industries, a company dedicated to producing and selling the Slinky. It cost $1 at the time, a price that made it accessible to families across the United States. A cultural sensation. The Slinky became much more than just a toy. It was a cultural icon, appearing in TV commercials, school science projects, and even art installations. By the 1950s, it was featured in The Howdy Doody Show and had its own jingle, which remains one of the most memorable advertising tunes in history. It's Slinky. It's Slinky. For fun, it's a wonderful toy. It's Slinky, it's Slinky. It's fun for a girl and a boy.
It's Slinky, for fun is the best of the toys. It's Slinky, the favorite of girls and boys.
The simplicity of the Slinky was key to its success. Unlike other toys, it didn't require batteries, screens, or instructions. Its appeal lay in the mesmerizing way it moved, sparking curiosity and creativity in children. The James family drama. Despite the Slinky's success, Richard James's personal life took a strange turn. In the 1950s, Richard became deeply involved in a religious cult in Bolivia. He abruptly left his family, abandoning the business and relocating to South America. Betty James, now a single mother of 6 children, took over James Industries and worked tirelessly to keep the company afloat. Under Betty's leadership, the Slinky not only survived, but thrived. She expanded the product line, introduced the Slinky in new materials like plastic, and developed spin-off toys like the Slinky dog, which became famous after its appearance in Disney's Toy Story franchise. In 1960, Betty officially moved the company to Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania, where it continued to grow. She was later inducted into the Toy Industry Hall of Fame for her contributions. Fun facts about the Slinky. 1. Space exploration. NASA has used Slinkies in zero-gravity experiments to demonstrate the principles of physics in space. 2. Military use. Before it became a toy, the spring design was briefly tested for stabilizing ship instruments during World War II. 3. Sales records. Since its launch, more than 300 million Slinkies have been sold worldwide, enough to stretch from the Earth to the Moon. 4. Cultural impact. The Slinky has appeared in movies, TV shows, and even music videos, cementing its place in pop culture history. Why the Slinky endures. The Slinky is a prime example of how simple ideas can have a lasting impact. Its appeal lies in its universality. People of all ages can appreciate its unique motion, whether they're playing with it, studying its physics, or just watching it walk down the stairs. More than 75 years after its invention, the Slinky remains a staple in toy stores and a symbol of ingenuity, proving that even the smallest accidents can lead to the most enduring creations.
It started in a workshop, a curious place, an engineer at work, steady in his space. Richard James was the name, with the spring in his hand. Little did he know it would travel the land. He dropped that spring, it wobbled and fell down to the floor. It danced so well, a twist of fate, a joyful surprise. A toy was born right before his eyes. Slinky, Slinky, watch it go down on the stairs in a rhythmic flow. A simple spring, but it's so much more, bringing smiles from shore to shore to shore. From the factory lines to the store display, the Slinky made its debut that day. A